Hello, happy Sunday, everyone. Well, many of you are probably celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I'm sorry I'm not wearing green. I didn't click it in ahead of time. Maybe you're going to a parade or having gatherings with friends. So I just wanted to acknowledge that. Also, we're moving in on Wednesday to spring equinox. Wow, spring, another turn of the wheel. I can't believe we're moving into spring. December, January, February, 3 months just blew by and everybody's saying the same thing. It's like, oh my God, how did that happen? So spring equinox, we are going to have a gathering. You can go online on brendaedwards.com and see when that's going to be. And this particular equinox is all about change. And it's about us being the change. You know, so many are afraid of change, and this is really a time where we need to know how to navigate through those waters of change, because one thing you can count on, everything's about to change. So if you think you know where you are with your partner, with your job, with your spiritual intentions, everything's getting mixed up. It's like a strobe light. You know, any of you have ever been out at a dance club way back when with the strobe lights, and the strobe goes on you and then it disappears for seconds, and when you open your eyes again, when it comes back, you're dancing with somebody else. You don't even know what happened to the part. Everything's changed. It's kind of like that. So it's important to set an intention during equinox. Really important to set that intention on what you want till summer solstice, the next turn of the wheel. And also, what this is about is we've got Venus, astrologically, Venus and Jupiter sextiling on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, good through Monday, is going to bring abundance. And Jupiter in Taurus is in Taurus, and Venus is in Pisces. This is all very creative energy. So if you've been waiting to launch something or waiting to create something, I might just start creating my oracle deck on that weekend, on this coming weekend, because that would be really amazing. And as we move through this spring equinox energy, I want to say that the word love just stands out. Love is the answer. And that sums up everything, doesn't it, in the world? So it's kind of like love of self first. Love of humanity, second. Love of spirit, third. And love of the physical body. I read that somewhere and really liked it. So that's where we are. A lot happening this week. It's like, oh my God. Utilize this energy in the best way possible. Okay. And certainly, spring equinox, do your rituals. The first deck I'm pulling from today is Magdalene Oracle by Tony Salerno. Sorry about that. Tony Salerno. So let's pull a card specifically for the spring equinox. Spring equinox. What do you want to tell everybody? Eternal embrace. Wow, isn't that pretty? How beautiful is that? Eternal embrace. When I look at this, it's so interesting because there's a male and female here just totally engaged in each other. It's beautiful. And flames in the background. Reminds me of the violet flame because they're in violet here. It says everything in the universe consists of complementary opposites. So there is no point in wishing that everyone around you would be more like you. Accept this universal truth and you will avoid disappointment. Every time you identify a quality in another that you don't like, pause for a moment and identify the same quality within you. If you have identified that quality in another, then it is sure to exist also in you. Don't we know that? I do that. And sometimes you see it right away. Sometimes you're like, no, I don't do that. Look again, go a little deeper. If you can't see it within yourself, it's simply because you've repressed that quality. Every quality you think you possess comes with an opposite quality attached to it. You can have one without having the other. Read and reflect on the following sets of qualities or feelings listed on the next page several times a day. As you go, you may want to add more qualities. Slowly reflect on each one until you are able to see each of these qualities within yourself. When you are able to own and love each quality, you will have made a major breakthrough, which leads to a newfound sense of balance and well-being. So the words are positive and negative, friendly and not friendly, happy, sad, peaceful, aggressive, strong, weak, trusting, fearful, confused, clear-headed, spiritual, physical, responsible, irresponsible, considerate or inconsiderate, angry or calm, feminine or masculine, kind or cruel. So there we go. All right, next one, angel answers. I like these. They're very pretty and simple. Isn't that pretty? It says, not the right time. So this is just like it says, that if there's something you're trying to bring to fruition, maybe it's not the exact right time for that particular thing, right? We talked about getting things done this week and having an abundant weekend, but maybe there's something in particular that's not the right time for you. And it just says, this is not the right time presently for what you're inquiring about. This answer is not a no, just a not yet. Have patience. Your angels will give you a sign when the timing is perfect. Wow. Next one, Denise Lynn, the Sacred Traveler. I haven't used these in a little while. For the week of spring equinox, what's the message for everyone? Veiled, fog. I wonder if it's under, it doesn't seem to be under fog. Let's look under veiled, because that's the next word. All right, give me a second here. Well, that's interesting. We have fogged in, but no fog. Okay, well, fog and veiled. I don't see it under either one. So we know what fog does. You can't necessarily see what's there until the fog lifts. So I almost feel like this goes with not the right time, because with the fog, if fog is covering it, you can't get all the details of what you need to create to be able to move on, right? So that's what I'm seeing, because we have these beautiful mountains covered by the fog, and it's not until the fog lifts that you can see where you're going. So I'm going to leave it at that. We have Earth Magic by Stephen Farmer. Okay, this one doesn't have a book. I'm going with it today. Let's just go with it. Whoops. and 2 jumped out. Well, kind of goes together with the last 2. We have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Doesn't that go with not the right time and fog? Unknown territory. So as I look at this, he's looking at everything with new eyes and doesn't know where he quite is, but is looking at these temples and everything that's in front of him in a different way. So what happens when you have unknown territory? You step gently on the earth, right? You look at things in a different way. You're careful about where you're treading. And I think that's the message. The next one that fell out too is Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. Weren't we just talking about this? We were just talking about the equinox, and the word was love. Love of the body, love of the spirit, love of yourself. So again, Voyage of the Heart. The heart is so important, really, with everything, and it's telling you, just navigate with what your heart tells you, why your heart tells you what it does. Last one, Blessed Be. These were right from Glastonbury. All right, Spirit, give us a good one for the week of spring equinox. Ooh. So we have a picture of the goddess Morgane, and she's with these, I think these are ravens. It looks like ravens because they're iridescent. Morgane's blessing of peace after battle. And it's interesting because she looks in this card like she's been through a battle, and that she's calling out for the birds and everything to help her. All right. $36. All right, what's happening today? Here we are. Oh, it's a poem or something. It says, a traditional blessing for those who have suffered hard times to be returned to peace and prosperity. Oh, that sounds good. So she's giving us a blessing. Peace as high as the sky, sky to the earth, earth beneath sky, strength to everyone, a cup very full, a fullness of honey, honor enough, summer and winter, spear supported by shield, shield supported by forts, forts fierce, eager for battle, fleece from sheep, woods grown with antler tips, forever destruction has departed. Nuts of tree, forever destructions have departed. A branch dropping down from growth, wealth for a son very learned. Neck of a bull from a song. Knots in woods, woods for a fire, fire as wanted. Palisades new and bright, salmon their victory. The boyne their shelter. Shelter with an excellence of length, new growth after spring, and autumn horses increase over the land, land told of with the excellence of word. Be might to the eternal moss, excellent woods, peace as high as the sky, 9 times eternal. Well, we'll take the blessing, and it has quite the picture. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in black and white. But look at that picture. It's also the one I just noticed on the cover. So there she is. She's resting on a bench that looks like it's made out of trees woven. And she's got the birds here. And she's just resting. So maybe that's a clue for us to rest some point this week and know that the battle's over. So many people say that to me. They're like, oh my God, with everything going on, how are we going to end up? And I say, I truly believe the light has already won. This all just has to play out. So I will leave you with that. And of course, I also have messages on Instagram. I'll be having a ritual on there for spring equinox. So thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy this day.